Whether you're using the tabbed inbox in Gmail with the primary, social, promotions, updates, and forums tabs along the top, or even if you're not, there's oftentimes that you get email from certain groups that you can easily filter out of your inbox to make it much easier to read your email and not miss important emails. For example, when you use the tabbed inbox, Google will put all email from Google Classroom, Google Docs, Google Slides into this Updates tab. But there's other things in the Updates tab that may be very important, and it might be really easy to miss them. So we're going to filter all messages from Google Classroom, Google Slides, and Google Docs into a label so that they totally bypass the inbox. Now you're going to have to remember to look at the label over here in the left-hand column, but at least the messages will bypass your inbox. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go up to this search bar, and I'm going to click on this little down arrow, and I notice that all the emails from Google Classroom have a parenthesis, Classroom, like that. So I'm going to do a search from any messages where in the From field it has Classroom in parentheses. I'm going to click on this to create a filter with this search. Any messages like this, I'm going to skip the inbox and I'm going to apply a label. Now I haven't created the label yet, so I'm going to choose New Label, and I'm going to just call this Classroom and choose Create. And I'm also going to check this box right here, Apply Filter to Matching Conversations. What that's going to do is it's going to identify any messages in my inbox that are from Classroom, and it will put them all in the label and remove them from my inbox. So I'm going to click on Create Filter, and it's working. There it goes. So now, if you noticed, all those Classroom emails are missing from here. And look at this. Over here, we now have a Classroom filter, and there's 359 messages in it. So now I can go over here, and I can look at all the messages that I got from Google Classroom. Now, there are other messages that I'd like to put in here too. As I scroll down here in my updates, I see this one, for example. It says, via Google Docs. So I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to create another filter. Actually, let's go back to my inbox and I'm going to search for that. I'm going to paste this in here. So via Google Docs, I'm going to create a filter. I'm going to have all those messages skip my inbox, and I'm going to put those under the label of Classroom also. Remember to click Also Apply to the filters that match this conversation, and click Create Filter. Takes a second or two. It's moving those things. So we are at 359, and now we're up to 489. Now there's also messages from Google Slides that I want to move over to Google Classroom, because these are all messages that I get from my students, and I want them to skip my inbox and go all underneath this label. So one last time, I'm going to click on this down arrow. I'm just going to paste via Google Slides. I'm going to click Create Filter with this search, and I'm going to skip my inbox. I'm going to choose the label Classroom. I'm going to apply to matching conversations, and I'm going to hit Create Filter, and we're going to go from 489 all the way to 534. Okay, what did that do for me? Well, that really just cleared out all of the messages that I get from my students and put them in this label so that they're not littering my inbox and making it difficult to find other very important messages that I may have received from other people. You can also create filters for professional organizations that you may get email from listservs that you get email from. It's really just a nice way to keep your inbox clear so that you won't miss very important messages.